Hey everybody, it's Dina Rico from the Creativity Cave, and I am super excited to share with you this beautiful project that I came up with. I love it. It's super fun and easy, and it's really wonderful for the Thanksgiving holiday season or Christmas even, or any season at all. I have this adorable little box of chocolates and a super cute note card with some sparkly, spritzy goodness and some really beautiful stamped colors. So let me show you how I came up with this. First of all, I have to tell you, I had my all-day stamping event and we made a card that had this color combination in it. And I'm sorry, I'm just looking for my scrap paper. Anyway, so in our class we used this color combination, which let me show you, and we didn't use quite this many colors in the card in my class, but isn't this gorgeous? So we have some beautiful raspberry plum type colors, a very nice neutral soft sky, and then of course some of our neutral brown colors. And I just loved how beautiful these came out. And actually I didn't really use that one, just saying. Oh, look at that. This is a little more manageable, actually. Okay, so, and then the other thing you might notice is we used our new Stitched Shapes Framelits. This is the one I used, the square, and actually I used the circle on my tag here. So love these beautiful framelits because they're just so fun, and this neat little stitching just adds such a nice little detail to the things that you're cutting with it. So let me show you how I did this. First of all, I'm going to start with a package of the crumb cake note cards and envelopes. So these are a little smaller than our basic sized card. Let me grab, my goodness, you'd think I'd have a nice card just sitting here. Oh, let me share it with you. Now this is pretty cool. Actually, this is a bad example though. So I got this gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, amazing, fabulous card from a demonstrator. And look, it's stamped on the inside too. How awesome is that? So this is from somebody. Look at airmail. It came from Australia. How awesome is that? I'm so excited. I cannot wait to return the rack. So a rack is a random act of kindness. It's just sending a card to somebody for no real good reason. So isn't this sweet? So this is a rack. So Tracy from Australia, she has been watching my videos and she's from Victoria. I cannot wait to return the favor, Tracy, because this absolutely made my day. Now, what I was going to show you this because I wanted to compare sizes, but Australia has different sized cards than the US does. So these cards are a little bit bigger. They're a little taller, and they are, I really like them because they're just a little different, and that's kind of fun. So ours are kind of short, but this one is even shorter than a normal card. So let me, like, seriously, Dina, let me find a normal card. I mean, my office is full of cards. How is this so hard? Okay, here's an oldie. This was just sitting here. Okay. So you can see it's a little smaller. And P.S. See, theirs are just a little skinnier and a little taller. That's a good commentary on the U.S. We're a little shorter and fatter than the rest of the world. Okay, sorry, that was inappropriate. Okay. I, of course, am including myself in that because I am both short and not terribly skinny. All right. First of all, I took the flap of my envelope and stamped it. And I have to tell you, when I was doing this, I was like, wow, my ink pad totally needs re-inking. But I didn't want to re-ink it because I was afraid then it would be really dark. And I liked the very subtle effect of that. So until I'm done with this card, I'm going to leave this ink pad needing desperate need of re-inking, or in need of desperate need of whatever. Oh my gosh, words are so hard. Okay, so I'm just stamping this. You can see I have a little piece of scrap paper that I've tucked my flap into just to protect things. Luckily this uninked pad is kind of melds with my background. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to make my card. I'm using 2 stamp sets to complete this project. The first is Moroccan Nights, and I think this is a really great stamp set, but I think people are really thrown by the lanterns and they're not sure what to do. But this image is super cool, and oh, that image is awesome. So I will show you this, and actually I borrowed the concept of putting these 3 strips of this design across my image from Tennille. I'm sure many of you have heard of Tennille if you are diehard Stampin' Up! People. She is a demonstrator in Australia, and she is amazing. Whoa! Sorry. And that was me dropping my ink pad. Okay, so you can see I cut out my stamp really closely so that I would not catch any edges when I'm stamping. It does not, however, prevent you from dropping your stamp onto your ink pad or card, just FYI. Okay. And I totally messed that up. It wasn't going over the edge, so, okay. So, I'm just lining up the points, and actually I'm going to turn this around. I'm lining up the points because I really cut it nicely on one side. Not bad. You're going to cover a lot of this up too, so it's okay if it's not completely perfect. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Just love that. Okay, so that's it for that. I'm going to do one more little stamping thing, so I'm not going to attach it quite yet. But now I'm going to create this background. So what I did is I had a scrap of very vanilla cardstock, and I just started stamping some leaves on the background. So I started with my needs to be inked crumb cake pad and did a few colors. Then I went on to my next color. Sorry, I had to do a little cleanup job, which is Soft Sky. And I noticed too, I got a little carried away when I was doing this, so I started over and kind of calmed down a little on my colors. Do you ever feel that way where you get going and then it gets a little crazy? Yeah, me too. Okay, so I'm going to stamp off the Sweet Sugar Plum only because otherwise it's pretty hardcore. And then last but not least, I will use Soft Suede. And I think I'm going to stamp that off too. Yeah, that's better. Otherwise, it's really kind of in your face. And I wanted this, like, I envisioned this being a nice, subtle card. Okay, so there we go. Isn't that pretty? So I'm going to go cut this out. I'll be right back. Okay, so I cut this out. And you can see it just gives that little stitching, which is so pretty. Love it. Now, the other thing that I need to do is take some of my crochet lace trim, or I guess this is just lace trim. Last year it was crochet lace. This year it's just lace. I don't know if we're moving up or down in the world. Okay. So I'm just going to tie a length of this in a knot on my card, and then I'll pop it, or on my little square, and then I will pop it up onto my card. And I think I said I was using 2 stamp sets, but I only mentioned one of them. So this leaf is from Vintage Leaves, which if you don't have this set, I highly recommend it. It has coordinating framelits, which is amazing. And it is also so versatile. I just love this. It's great for masculine cards, sympathy cards, regular cards, thank you cards, you name it. It is a good set. Okay, so I'll pop this up right over the top. And then I'm going to add a little thank you. So I suppose technically that would mean I'm using 3 stamp sets. The thank you is from Thankful Thoughts, which I'll show you in a second. It's a nice thank you stamp set. Now the other thing I really like about this card is the spritzing. So first of all, let me stamp a note of thanks. Okay, isn't that awesome? Oh, I love it. So I have to just, this is on crooked, and that's gonna just bother me a lot. There we go. It's just a little straighter now. I know that would be pretty anal of me, but it's okay. Now I'm not sure which one I like better. This one is a little darker. This one's a little lighter. You guys can tell me, but I have to give you the full version, which means we're definitely going to put some spritz on it. So for spritzing, I'm going to use my clear Wink of Stella, and I like to take it and smack it against something, like if you have a pen, a marker, just something you can use to hold so that when you're smacking it, you're giving it a good. Now yesterday, so we did this in my all-day event yesterday, and people were just going tap, 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 tap. Oh no, you got to get into it. I mean, whack it, whack, whack, whack. Seriously, smack it against there. Otherwise, nothing will come out. Okay. And as you can see, the results are all kinds of sparkles, which I love. Okay, now, so let's compare and contrast. This one is a little darker. This one's a little lighter. They're both nice. But the cool part is they each will fit in the beautiful envelope that we decorated. Excuse me. Now, the other thing I wanted to share with you is I made this little set of chocolates. So this is just in one of our cute little clear boxes. And these are, I didn't have any chocolates, so I'm going to tell you a little story about the fact that these are from Valentine's Day last year. Shh, don't tell anybody. They will never know, right? I mean, they'll be so excited about the cutely wrapped chocolates that they will never, ever realize that this is, in fact, chocolate from another holiday. Okay, so all I'm doing is wrapping this with a strip of printed paper and adhering it so that it's all cute and matchy-matchy. And then I'm just going to place it in the box. You can see it fits in there really nicely. We'll close up the box and I'll show you how I decorated it. I just tied some ribbon around the lid, just the lid, so that you can get into this. Because, you know, sometimes people wrap up this stuff so much and then it's like, I want the chocolate, I can't get in, help. Okay, so you can see I have some coordinating papers that match with my card as well. I stamped just the crumb cake onto another scrap of very vanilla and cut it out with the small circle. And then I also stamped a crumb cake on crumb cake and cut that out with the leaflet die. And then just did the thanks from my note of thanks. I just did the thanks on a little scrap of very vanilla and popped that up. Isn't that adorable? So I think this makes just a lovely little treat for somebody who maybe did something nice for you, or like Tracy, just who sent me that rack, just for no good reason, send somebody something. I think that is a really lovely idea after the last week we've had in this country to just be nice. I love that idea. So spread some joy, spread some thanks and gratitude. Thank you guys so much for watching. Now, all of the stuff that I showed you will be on my blog, including links to my online store. And of course, I really appreciate it if you order through me, because that helps me bring more amazing videos just like this to you. And maybe I will send you this card as a thank you for your order. So I really appreciate your business and thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome day, guys. Bye.